You're listening to Tavern Sports Radio Network.
Show me the money! Show me the money! Welcome to the 45th episode of the Show Me the Money podcast, brought to you by Tavern Sports. 45 episodes of this shit, boys, and we still don't have college football back. So that means we will be breaking down literally everything else that is happening at the moment. Before we do, let's dive into the lock standing. Josh has reclaimed the throne at 5-2-1.
Shocking no one.
I am at 4-3, tied with Clark. Parker and Cole, a bunch of non-movers, as they have not given picks. And John with the first L of his betting career with the show. How do you feel, John?
That's the dangers of women's MMA. You live and die by it. So we persevere.
On to the next one. Always on to the next one. Real quick, let's talk MLB. It is trade deadline time. However, no moves have been made right now. So we will touch a little bit on current AL and NL MVP markets. Seems like a one-horse race in both fields right now. In the AL, you have Aaron Judge at minus 350. Gunnar Henderson is the next favorite at plus 450. And Bobby Witt Jr. for the Royals at plus 650. Anybody think there's any value taking anybody but Judge at this moment?
Have to watch more baseball to have an opinion.
No
Clark,
opinion.
No opinion. Yeah, pretty much no value in betting Judge at the moment, and nobody's numbers are there really sniffing his at the moment either. So kind of one-horse race there. On the NL side, similar story. Shohei Ohtani at minus 400. He would be the first DH to win the award if he is to continue on this path towards MVP. Following him up is Bryce Harper at plus 450 and Freddie Freeman at plus 2,000. So, again, not a whole lot of value. If you can parlay it, I'm sure there's still not a ton of value there. But, just kind of goes to show you that these two have been dominating baseball for the last couple of years, and they're not slowing down anytime soon. So, current World Series odds, we'll hit on these really, really quickly. Because they're destined to change next week after the trade deadline. So right now, the Dodgers are at plus 330, headlined by Ohtani, the NL MVP favorite. Following them up is the Philadelphia Phillies at plus 500, the Yankees at plus 600, and the Orioles at plus 750. However, the Braves at plus 950, it's an interesting line. Ozzie Albies is set to be out for 8 weeks. So not really a ton of value here in this pick right now. Do you guys have any opinions on who you're leaning to, who you're looking at?
I always believe in the Diamondbacks, baby. We're coming back.
Oh my God, you make one run and suddenly decide every year's our year. Is that how it's going now?
Yeah.
That's what the Cowboys did 30 years ago.
Following up the Braves at plus 1,200 is the Guardians. They're actually leading the division right now and playing really well. I'm just assuming the bookmakers assume that there's not enough of a chance for them to make a super deep playoff run and getting through some of those other teams on the AL side, like the Yankees or the Orioles, to actually get over the hump. An interesting line, though, at plus 1,500, a team that you might want to get in on now rather than later, would be the Astros, because they are absolutely scorching hot right now. Started the season out really, really, really cold, surprisingly, but starting to heat up now. Value is going to probably keep decreasing if they stay on this run. So if you like them, definitely get them at the 15-1 number right now. They are cheaters, though. So if you do bet on them, you are supporting that. And, I know which side I'm going to when I die. If you want to support the Astros, I'll see you in hell, brothers. Let's get off MLB. As you can tell, we are not really the biggest MLB show. And let's move on to something that we might actually get a couple people's opinions on. Let's go to the PGA, boys. The boys are coming back from Scotland. Xander Schauffele with the win at the Open, the last major of the year. The majors are finished. And we move on to the 3M Open, which is going to be played in Minneapolis with a par of a 71 this weekend, guys. Not many big dogs in the field. No Xander, no Scotty. A lot of guys preparing for the Olympics as well. So in this one, actually, your favorite is Finau at plus 1,100. I personally love Tony Finau. Been high on him for a while. Would just really like to see him get over the hump and win one. But he just hasn't been playing at that level yet. Been playing good and not great. Are there any numbers that you guys see out there that you like?
For a winner,
Yeah. What do you got for a winner?
I don't know. I'm looking.
I don't know. I don't know how he's been shooting recently, but Akshay Bhatia, I don't know. I like watching his content, so he's a fun one to always watch. But I don't know how he's been shooting recently.
Yeah, it's just hard because it's not a major, obviously, so we don't get the guys on
Mhm.
live that aren't going to the Olympics, and we don't have any of the guys that are in the Olympics, so you really like kind of left with a lot of the middle to bottom feeders. And I mean, the odds show you that because I mean, what you've been getting Scotty at like plus 650 all season to win these things, so
Yeah, the lines are definitely showing that the bookmakers are not really sure of who's going to be ahead at the end of this thing. Finau, like we mentioned, is the favorite at plus 1,100. Akshay Bhatia at plus 2,000. Sahith Tagala, another big name, at plus 2,200. And then somebody I kind of like, he was low amateur earlier this year, turned pro. That's Neil Shipley at plus 12,000 to win the thing. The guy's been playing really well this year. And he's actually plus 270 for a top 20. So I'll be taking Neil Shipley in the top 20 market. That, of course, includes ties. So that's a number I like. Do you guys have anybody you want to sprinkle on in the plus or in the top 20, top 10, top 5 markets?
I can't find those anywhere. That's what I was just looking for. I can't find
Yeah,
them.
same.
Blue Book had it.
Yeah, I fit
Oh, here we go.
under finishing positions. I don't have it. It just gives me the
Oh,
dead
yeah.
heat rules, and that's it.
So does mine.
So they must have closed the market within the last hour or so. So there could be a little bit of change going to this. So the guys that we do have anyway, lines that have been posted earlier, Finau, the favorite was plus 240 to go top 5, plus 105 for a top 10, and minus 195 for a top 20. Did any of that tickle anybody's fancy there? I think plus 105 on the favorite to go top 10 is not bad money.
I like
I agree
that.
with you.
I think even the minus 195 for a top 20, and just put a
It's a
massive unit on it. Put, I don't know, 10 units or something. Just put a big one out there.
Yeah, I agree with that one.
Same with Batia plus 100. I mean, what is he, like, fifth favorite, fourth favorite?
Yeah,
Third.
he's up there,
He's
top
third
5.
favorite.
He's third favorite.
And you can get him plus money for a top 20. I mean, that's another one. Maybe put 4 or 5 units on that.
Yeah,
I don't know, yeah.
my thought process with, well, Batia as well, plus 360 to go top 5, plus 210 to go top 10. And then Tagala plus 410 to go top 5, plus 210 to go top 10, and minus 105 for the top 20. I think those 3 guys, Finau, Batia, and Tagala, to all go top 20 is a little 3-leg action that I would fall in love with. It sucks we're not able to get a number out on that at the moment, but that would be something that I would be looking into in placing. Me personally, I might throw my boy Neil Shipley up in there and jump those odds like crazy. and really only be sweating him to make the top 20. But
One
yeah,
guy
it is
we
a harder.
haven't mentioned, Ty, Luke Clanton. He is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, sixth favorite at plus 2,500. He's the only guy in the field to have made 100% of cuts this season.
I don't know. Do they have a to make the cut number out?
No, but I mean, like, if he makes the cut, maybe look top 20, possibly. Again, I mean, we don't have those numbers. It'd be nice to have those numbers. Maybe they'll come back up by the end of the show.
Yeah, another guy though that I was kind of looking at would actually be Adam Hadwin, the Canadian. He's been shooting decent lately. Don't hate him. Other guys that I've kind of looked at a little bit, you could say, I need to watch their first round before I really want to go in on them or not. Would be Keith Mitchell, Taylor Pendrith, another Canadian, Keegan Bradley. Some of those players, if they play well in their first round, maybe look at doing a 3-ball bet on them going into round 2 or so. 3-ball though, I really wish we had Parker here. Parker's been sniping 3-balls left and right and just making all sorts of money on it. So definitely going to be hitting him up to see what he can do. Maybe we can ask him to put something out for us on what he likes this week. But interesting numbers to be had there. Let's move on from the PGA, and hopefully these numbers pop back up and we can talk about it here in a little bit.
Hey there, sports fans! Are you tired of the same old boring shirts? Well, we've got something exciting for you. Introducing the Tavern Sports Pocket Tee, where style meets passion for the game. Whether you're a die-hard fan or just like the environment, Tavern Sports has got you covered, literally. The best part, because you're listening to Show Me the Money, you can use the code $$ to get 15% off today. So what are you waiting for? Head over to tavern-sports.square.site right now and elevate your game day experience. Tavern Sports. Beer, betting, sports.
Let's get into our pay-per-view card this week. John, that's why you're here. You stored you up. We load you in the gun. We need you to fire off here, buddy. What do you got for UFC 304, Edwards versus Muhammad?
Did you want to start with the prelims, or you want me to rip into the main card right away?
Yeah, let's start with the prelims here. All right. That's where I've got most of my breakdowns done at. Okay. And we can fire through this. I know I teased you a little bit here, having you start off, but I know from our previous talk, you don't have a pick here. First fight of the night, guys. Early one. The fucking on ESPN prelims. They used to be on Facebook, the Facebook prelims. I'm going to take Shauna Bannon in the first fight of the night, minus 188. Her opponent is debuting in the UFC, and she's also on short notice. Short notice fighters are winning at less than 38%. So I don't know what that number would be paired with a debut, but at minus 188, Shauna Bannon on a debut opponent off of short notice. I really like that number at minus 188.
I'm looking at that right now. I absolutely love that pick. Her opponent is 9-5, and I'm looking at the last 5 MMA platforms she's coming off of. She's coming from German MMA Championship, Real Extreme Fighting, Battle Arena, EFC 101, and the Ultimate Fighting Tournament, whatever the fuck that is. So I think what is she, minus 177 for Bannon?
Yeah, I hope the big sports books.
Great line.
Hope the big sports books aren't listening, but John, I might be having to hit you up to get a little bit better number on that one. Buddy.
I've got her at minus 170. I've got Bannon at minus 170. That's a great number.
Great number on that fight. Moving farther into the fight card, there's a lot of big numbers here, but who do you got next for your prelim fighters?
So I don't have anything for Nick Parkin or Lucas Brzezinski or Sam Patterson against Kiefer Crosby. One thing to note here. So this is UFC London. So there's going to be an Irish or an English fighter in almost every matchup. They are keeping it in the American time zones, which is wild to me. So for me, it's a 10 p.m. main card start. I think England is like 6 hours ahead. So your main card is starting in London at 4 a.m. And usually the London home field advantage is pretty crazy. The crowd is always crazy, but meaning these guys are making their walks after midnight, their local time. I don't know if that helps or hurts them, which that could be why we're seeing some weird stuff for these lines. I just wanted to bring that up.
Before you move on, I know the line's big at minus 295 for Mick Parkin, but he is an undefeated fighter. He's younger and heavier than his opponent, Brzezinski, right? That's how I'm hoping that's how we pronounce Brzezinski.
Yeah,
I do like him as a part.
Yeah, he's 4 years younger. He has a reach advantage.
So I like
he's got 30 pounds on him.
Yeah, I like Parkin as a parlay piece at that minus 295 number to continue the undefeated streak for him. But I did agree with you on Patterson fight. I don't have anything, especially at minus 430 to 500, wherever you're getting
priced out. I got him at minus 500.
Yeah, no absolutely value. Priced out on that one. So what do you got on the next one for us?
So Muhammad Makiev and Manel Kape. Makiev, up-and-coming prospect, undefeated. I think he's 23 years old. Manel Kape's a veteran, been there before, but he's at a pretty decent size disadvantage. He's at a reach disadvantage. I like this one to go the distance. It's 125. These guys probably aren't going to put each other out. I want to say Makiev has a couple of finishes by submission. I think Manel Kape's takedown defense is good enough. I could see Makiev winning this one by decision.
Yeah, I actually have Makiev as well written down on this one. But it's interesting. This was supposed to be a main card fight. But the UFC did a thing where they're splitting up some of these bigger names earlier in the fight card to try to draw more interest to the early fights and everything. So even though this is on the early prelim card, this is actually a really high level fight. So
yeah, Manel Kape's a bigger name. I think his last two bouts got canceled. He had some weight issues or something. That could have been a Dana middle finger to Kape to get him on the early prelims.
Yeah. So I'm with you on that one. Guys, for the listeners, we have been hitting at a unconventionally high rate. We are the hot hand right now in MMA. I believe last week I only gave out 2 losers. John went 1-1. I went 6-2, something like that. So definitely the hot hand here if you want to write it. What about Preston Parsons versus Oban Elliott? Got anything there?
So I don't have a pick here. I'm inclined to take Oban Elliott as a dog. I have him as a plus 115 dog. He is he's a Dana White's Contender Series prospect, 2-fight UFC win streak. He fought back in February against Val Woodburn, who is a tomato can. Parsons is going to be a decent test for him. I kind of like Elliott for the value. If I had to make a pick on this one.
I'm on the opposite side of you. I will be taking Parsons. I was a little chalky on this fight card, which I didn't love. But at minus 150 number here, I even thought about locking Parsons. So I don't like that we're on different sides, but I'll stick to my side.
I could be convinced. I didn't have a set pick for this one. That's just, you're putting me on the spot here to make picks on the early prelims. I got to, take a dog once in a while. Here we go.
The early prelims are where the money can be made at. But let's move a little deeper into this fight card. Who else do you have?
All right. So I'm going to skip right past Modestus Bukkake, however you say his last name. Yeah, there you go.
Bukkakis.
Against Marcin Prachnio. Yeah, never heard of either one of these two guys. I don't have a pick for that fight, and I don't have a pick for Hadley or Logran.
I will be
taking dog.
I'll be taking Lawford in that one just again because his opponent is on short notice. So,
okay, good info there.
I like Lawford in that one.
All right, I'll move us into the next one though. Next fight, Molly McCann versus Bruna Brazil. So Molly McCann, they call her Meatball Molly for a reason. She beats the shit out of meatballs. I don't think that's why they call her Meatball Molly, but it's what she does. She's on her home turf. I love Molly McCann to get a finish here. I think she's undefeated in London. I think the last 2 times she's fought in London, she's had back-to-back like spinning elbow KOs. You pair her up with anybody ranked in the top 15, she gets demolished. But when you put a tomato can in front of her like Bruna Brazil, she's going to come out on top. I like Molly McCann. There's really no value taking her money line at minus 380. But if you take Molly McCann double chance by sub, TKO, KO, she is plus 140. I think there's good juice there.
Yeah, I like that as well. Just the 360 you're priced out. So the double chance is the only good way to find value on that. So
Nathaniel Wood, Danielle Pineda. It's the same thing with Nathaniel Wood. This guy really, if you look at his last like 3 fights, he only fights on this London card, and I'm pretty sure he lost in London. I'll pull up his thing right now. I guess he fought at UFC 294, Makhachev versus Volkanovski 2, which would have been a Saudi Arabia card. But the Andre Fili fight, that was in London. Charles Jourdain, I believe that was in Paris. This guy just wins on his home turf. I like Nathaniel Wood. Same thing, double chance by sub, TKO, KO. I have that at minus 115. I think that's great value as well.
I'm with you on that one. Just the money line price is too valued out on it. But it is worth noting he is 7 years the younger of his opponent. So what everybody else has been waiting for, if you're not an MMA nerd, let's dive into the main card here now.
All right, first one, I have Arnold Allen versus Giga Chikadze. These Georgian fighters, they've got really good takedown defense. They have really good takedown attempts. Not a ton of submissions, but their wrestling is very, very good. I still think Arnold Allen is going to get it done. The guy is super well-rounded, big volume striker. I think he's, 145? Yeah. Arnold Allen, he's a big volume guy. I like this one to go the distance. I don't see Arnold Allen really getting a finish. He's kind of undersized compared to Chikadze. I think he's at 4-inch height disadvantage, 4-inch reach disadvantage. But give me Arnold Allen. I think if you double chance TKO, KO, or decision, you're going to see some value. I don't have that line, but Arnold Allen is my pick.
I have no pick on that one. What do you got next?
All right, next, Christian Leroy Duncan against Gregory Rodriguez, RoboCop. Rodriguez, plus 125. I like the dog here. Rodriguez, I think he's 4-1 in his last 5, all 4 wins coming by knockout. I love him at plus 125. I think that's good value.
Again, no pick for me on this one. Again, I'm a fucking undercard grinder, man. These main cards don't do it for me. I need to pick the people that nobody's ever fucking heard of.
All right, moving on. We have King Green, not Bobby Green. King Green. The man officially changed his name to King Green. I did not know you were allowed to name yourself King, just like you're not allowed to name yourself Jesus. But he is King Green now. So King Green versus Paddy Pimblett. The books have King Green as a small favorite here. This line is moving closer and closer to a pick'em. Paddy Pimblett's a huge fan favorite. I think you're going to see a lot of casual money on Paddy money line as we get closer to Saturday. By the time this closes, I think you're going to be minus 110 pick'em. This one, I would recommend riding double chance with whichever side you're choosing. If you're backing Bobby Green, take him by KO, TKO, or decision. If you're backing Paddy Pimblett, take him by submission or decision. Bobby Green has a clear striking advantage, so I think that's a good value. And Paddy has the clear ground advantage. I think Paddy's he has 1 KO win in the UFC. He's got 2 submission wins, and I think he has a decision against Tony Ferguson. Whichever side you're riding, take it by double chance. I like Paddy. I'm a Paddy Pimblett fanboy. I'll admit it. I'm biased. By prize possession, I have it right here. Prize possession. I have this. Probably can't see it. It's a Paddy Pimblett autographed baseball. One of a kind, as far as I know. It's for sale. $15,000. Message me. Yeah, I like the Patty Pimblett double chance by submission or decision. I have that at plus 130.
So again, I'm on the opposite side of this one with you. I will be taking King Bobby Green. I love him. I am a big Patty fan as well. However, I just think that the whole wave that he's been riding has to crash at some point. So I will be taking Bobby Green, who is older, does have a 2-inch reach disadvantage, but the striking difference is super significant.
Yeah.
If this doesn't go to the ground, I don't think Patty has the striking in his bag to keep
I
up with.
agree 1,000%. I think Patty's clear path to victory is to take him down and try to get a submission, which is why I love that prop. Bobby Green, his striking is so he fights with his hands down, so you can't see his punches coming, and he just overwhelms you with volume. We saw what he did at UFC 300 against Jim Miller. Like, he just overwhelmed the guy and walked forward for 3 rounds. And Patty's cardio is always an issue. Like, the guy blows up to 200 and then cuts down to 155. You see the pictures of him before and after. It's insane. And he gassed out in round 3 against Tony Ferguson. And it's his last fight on his UFC contract. I don't think he's dumb enough to go anywhere else. He's a big enough draw where I don't think he needs to go anywhere else, but it could play a factor to him, that's why I like the double chance, whichever way we bet this. I think this is one of those situations where both fighters have a clear path to victory, and there's good value on either side, depending on which fighter you're backing.
Yeah, Bobby Green, on the other hand, has a really good gas tank, and he is going to pressure him the entire fight. So if Patty does gas out, could be looking for a 3rd round finish out of Bobby Green.
This might be one where if you get plus money on both sides, I might bet both sides to this. If there's a way, like if the line's closed where Bobby's like plus 110 double chance and Patty's like plus 130 double chance, I might throw a unit on both and just cut my losses and make a little bit.
Exactly. Heavyweight title fight in the co-main event, and boy, oh boy, is it fucking swayed heavily towards Tom Aspinall. At minus 390 against Curtis Blades. Again, I'm kind of priced out on this one, but I'll take the fighter who's a little heavier, a little younger, but does have a slight reach disadvantage. However, Aspinall, the much better striker, and I don't know, like, he's got better subs than fucking Curtis Blades does. If Curtis Blades is going to do anything, he's going to hit you with a heavy hand. Other than that, I don't think Aspinall is going to get caught with one. So I'm priced out on this, but I would be on Aspinall.
Well, this is a rematch, remember. Both these next 2 fights are a rematch. Tom Aspinall, I think the first fight lasted like 17 seconds. He tore his ACL, like stepping back. It was a super awkward angle. You'll hear people say, oh, well, Curtis Blades is winning the fight. It was 17 fucking seconds or 16 seconds, whatever it was. I think Aspinall is the better fighter here. I'm right with you. I'm priced out at minus 400. Even his prop to win by knockout is like minus 175. I don't think there's any juice there. I'm probably not going to touch this one. The over-under is 1.5 rounds. I don't hate the over. There's no way this is going 5 just because they're heavyweights. I don't see this going 5.
All of the last 5 of Aspinall's fights have ended in the first round. So
and Blades is coming off a 2nd round win over. He got destroyed in the 1st round against Jailton Almeida.
Yeah,
and then so he caught him in the 2nd. I'm probably not going to touch this one. My pick would be Aspinall, but I just think prop wise we're priced out. Minus 175 for a method of victory is horrible value, and
I agree.
400 is horrible value. So
takes to the main event, brother.
Main event: Leon Edwards versus Bilal Muhammad. Another rematch. This one ended up being a no contest the first time around. I believe Bilal Muhammad suffered a pretty bad eye poke in the 2nd. All 3 judges had it 1-0 Leon going into the 2nd round.
I'm biased on this. You say pretty bad eye poke. I think Bilal knew he was outclassed and did whatever the fuck he could to get out of that ring.
Well, you got to look at their body language with the eye poke. If they only have one eye shut, then they're faking it. If they got both eyes shut, then you ever been poked in the eye? You can't. It's both eyes are closed. So that's what I tend to look for. Yes, that's my pussy read pretty much. If you got one eye or both eyes closed, I don't know. I didn't rewatch the fight, but These guys are both so hated. It's hysterical. I don't know how this is the main event. I think Aspinall and Blaze should be the main event and make Leon the co-main. This fight is going to be so boring. The books have this as over under 4.5 rounds. Give me the over. I could see either one of these guys coasting their way to a boring victory. I think Muhammad's been training with Khabib. So maybe he comes out and tries to take Leon down and just kind of sits on top of him for 5 rounds. I don't think he's really developed much of a ground game other than that Dagestani style wrestling, if he developed that at all. I like the over 4.5. I like this to go the distance, but again, this fight to go the distance is minus 210. No value.
Yeah.
My official pick is probably Leon Edwards by decision at plus 100. Don't hate it, but like these guys, I don't. Does London like Leon Edwards? I don't know.
I don't know.
I have no idea.
But I'm again with you here on Edwards, priced out on the normal money line, but worth noting, like you said, welterweight title fight. Edwards, 4 years younger, 2-inch reach advantage, better striker. So give me Edwards by decision. So that is our UFC 304 rundown, guys. Again, we've been riding a hot hand. If you love it, keep following us. If you think we're going to go cold, go ahead and tail us.
This episode of Show Me the Money is brought to you by Tavern Sports, your place to get fun sports content, sportsbook lines and parlays, and of course food reviews with Big E's Ballpark Bites. You can follow Tavern Sports on Instagram at Tavern Sports 2023, TikTok at Tavern.Sports, and Twitter at Tavern Sports 23.
But let's get to the fucking meat and potatoes of the episode, boys. Let's get to NFL schedule breakdowns. Josh, where are we headed this week?
Yeah, man. Before we do anything, let's just say thank God college football is back in 31 days because holy fuck, we need football back in our lives. Yeah, we're gonna start. We're gonna do this week on the AFC West just because we started with the South, and it's not a super exciting division. It might be close, it might not be for both. Definitely teams that could run it, but it definitely could be tight. Whereas the AFC West is just going to be non-competitive for probably the next decade. Of course, the Chiefs are minus 230 to win. I honestly think that's a really good number. There's no value there, but minus 230 is pretty good. Chargers at plus 350, Raiders plus 900, and the Broncos at plus 2,000. The books really think the Broncos are going to be a bottom feeder of the league. Any thoughts on any of those lines, guys?
I think Chiefs in a parlay, like a division winner parlay at minus 230 is good. Surprised the books don't have this juice to fucking minus 400. None of these other teams are going to sniff the Chiefs unless they get absolutely decimated by injuries or, I don't know, Chiefsaholic comes and burns down the stadium. Like, the Chiefs are winning this division. They're going to win this division for a while.
Yeah.
Agreed. Well,
You don't believe
we'll
in the
start
Harbaugh
with...
effect? You don't believe in that?
No,
Yeah,
dude,
Not the
fuck-
first year.
No. They gutted their entire receiving core, which he doesn't throw the ball anyway. But
Yeah, but they drafted Lad McConkey.
work the fuck out, baby. We'll start with the Chiefs. Win total's 11.5. So what? 12 wins and
12 and 5.
12 and 5. They start week 1 home hosting the Ravens.
Gonna be a good game.
Yeah, their first 2 games are not easy ones, that's for sure.
I don't know about the Bengals this year, but I honestly am willing to give the Chiefs a loss week 1.
I think to one of these 2 for sure.
I think it's more likely to be the Ravens than the Bengals. If this game was like, Chiefs got a break getting this game at home, both of these games at home, if I'm being honest.
Honestly.
But I like what the Ravens have done defensively. I like them adding Derrick Henry. Their receiving core, I'm still nowhere near in love with. But I think if you can get on the Chiefs early in the season is better. They are a team that actually does take a little while to get going. Even if they win this game, I'm sure this is probably at most a 3.5 point spread. but the Chiefs are terrible covering the spread early in the season. So I would at least look for the Ravens to cover here, if not win outright. But I agree, we need to give them a loss.
The Chiefs are currently a 3-point favorite in this game.
That's like, yeah.
So I would take the Ravens +3 there for sure, and it's gonna be a tight one. But it's really gonna be who comes out of the gate the hottest, and I think the Ravens might.
I think their run game's gonna be set up early and they're gonna dominate that. They're not gonna dominate the game, but they'll take control of the game.
Oh, and boys, this is the actual physical season opener. This is the first Thursday night game of the year too.
It's like,
where's this being played at?
It's at Arrowhead.
Kansas City.
Arrowhead?
It's their banner reveal.
Oh yeah, it's not Mexico. That's the weekend. My bad.
All right.
Yeah, I think we give the lot. One of these two games they lose, so I'm happy giving it to the Ravens over the Bengals instead.
I agree.
I like the Ravens here. It's the same. I mean, the Chiefs. What was the opening game last year? Was it Kansas City, Detroit?
Yeah, Detroit. They were out.
Yeah, I mean, no Chris Jones,
no Kelsey. I'm pretty sure, but
no Kelsey.
I don't know.
I don't know. If they come out sloppy, the Ravens get their run game going.
Yeah, I want to bet Derrick Henry TD. That's for sure.
Amen.
-250.
Anyhow, week 2, we kind of mentioned it. They played the Bengals
at Burrowhead.
Yeah, I mean, Burrow wins in Kansas City. It's kind of crazy.
I'm gonna give the Chiefs the win here.
Yeah, I mean, I would rather give them the loss week 2 to the Bengals than week 1 against the Ravens, just because it's banner night week 1. But I think there is one here somewhere. I'm not going to argue with you at which one you want to put it on.
What do you guys think's more likely, them starting 2-0 or 0-2?
0-2.
0-2.
They just have no weapons.
I don't see them
they
starting
have Patrick Mahomes, dude. But
okay. I don't see them going 2-0 or 0-2 though. I think they're 1-1. Like I don't think they lose both.
I think 2-0 is more realistic than 0-2. But
I agree.
1-1. So
it's definitely
the thing is though, against the Ravens week 1, Roquan just gets to match up and bully Kelsey if he does anything short over the middle. And I think that's a good matchup for Roquan.
Yeah. Let's get into the next 2 weeks. So we're kind of split. We don't know where the loss is coming from, week 1 or week 2, but we think they get one. So week 3, they are at the Falcons. I'm going to chalk that up as a win for the fucking Falcons.
Week 4.
So I think we all agree they beat the Falcons.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Week 4, the Chargers. I think we all agree they get a dub there.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then they get the Saints back at Arrowhead. Easy dub. I think the Saints might be we talked about this last week, but I think the Saints might be a legit bottom feeder.
Yeah.
Derek Carr might be the worst quarterback in the league. So giving that one to the Chiefs easily. Early bye week for your defending champions, a week 6 bye. But they get to come off the bye and go into the 49ers. What do you guys think?
Brock Purdy revenge game.
L.
I like the Niners.
Josh?
It's in Candlestick. I like the Niners.
Yeah, I'm actually
in Arrowhead. Find me on the other side.
I'm with the Niners here as well. I just think that the Chiefs are the Chiefs when the lights are on, and early in the season or in the regular season in general, they're liable to get got. So I'm good with giving this one to the Niners. Their defense is nasty. These teams have matched up, and the Chiefs win it when it matters. This one doesn't necessarily matter. So,
and realistically, this is the Niners last year. They have to pay Brock after this year. There's already turmoil in their wide receiver room right now. The defense is all getting up there in age. The younger guys are ready to be due for contracts. The older guys are due for another new contract, and their production's probably going to start falling off here in the next 2 seasons. If the Niners want to get it done, it's got to be this year.
I agree.
Yeah.
Let's go to week 8. They go into the Raiders. Does anybody think the Raiders jump the Chiefs this year.
If
Haven't
the
they
Raiders
done it?
jump the Chiefs, they do it in Arrowhead is the thing.
Haven't they done it the past 2 years at least once?
They usually
I
play
know-
the Chiefs pretty tough.
I know they did last year because it was Christmas.
I'm pretty sure they did. It was either 2 or 3 years ago. They did
they?
in Arrowhead because they circled the stadium.
Why do I
On the
feel
way out
like
of
the
town.
Raiders beat the Chiefs twice last year? Did I make that up? Did I
I
dream
don't know.
that?
Google it. You're on a computer.
Well,
I mean, the Raiders did pick up Christian Wilkins. I brought him up last week because we didn't know where he ended up. So, I mean, you have Max Crosby and Christian Wilkins that you have to figure out how to deal with when you play these Raiders this year, which is kind of crazy. I mean, the rest of their team is so bad, though. I don't think it's going to matter. I mean, are we going to take Gardner, the chief killer, or not?
So the
No.
Chiefs won in Vegas last year, and Vegas won in
Arrowhead.
Arrowhead last year.
Vegas wins in Arrowhead. Like when Vegas goes to Arrowhead, is when they have the better chance of winning.
I'm not gonna give it to him this year.
I think the Chiefs get it this year.
I think if the Chiefs are going to drop anything in the division, it's going to be week 4. It's going to be our early season drop in the division on the road.
So we're saying Chiefs win here. Week 8.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah.
Going on to week 9 at home against the Buccaneers. How we feeling there?
You're just gonna have a hard time with me going against the Chiefs. I mean, every year ever since Tyreek left, people thought they were going to be bad, that they didn't have the weapons. I think their weapons this year are much better than they were last year. So,
Oh yeah.
I mean, I don't really know of anything that they lost on defense.
I don't think there needs to be a discussion against the Bucks or the Broncos in Week 10. I think they win both those games
Agreed.
I
easily.
think so too.
Week 11, though, they got to go into Buffalo. I know John is already bopping his fucking knee to the thought of Josh Allen running rampant against the Chiefs here.
And
That's
this
gonna
is
be,
mid-November. I mean, worth mentioning. Obviously, Kansas City gets cold, but
Could be snowy.
there could be a foot of snow on the ground in Buffalo.
Could be, yeah.
The game could be moved to Detroit, if we're being honest.
Didn't that happen last year?
Yes.
Still upset?
Yes.
To be honest, I think the Bills got a little bit worse this year.
Yeah, I agree.
And I think the Chiefs get a win there.
All right. This isn't the AFC East podcast. I'll save my Bills tangents for that. Defense is going to be fine. I think the offense is going to be better. We own the Chiefs' ass in the regular season. Then we're going to lose
do
them
do
in the,
that.
in the divisional round.
That's
we're going to
fair.
lose. Hand up. They're going to beat us in the playoffs. It's okay. I've come to terms with that. The Bills are going to win this game. At Buffalo. I'm trying to think of the last time, other than the playoff game, regular season, the Chiefs would have played at Buffalo. I think it was during COVID. The Bills lost by a score. But the last few times we've played in the regular season, the Bills have won handily. I don't see a different outcome for this one being the regular season. We own them in the regular season. I'll die on that hill.
I'm
That's fair.
actually on the side that says the Buffalo Bills got worse. And I'm also on the side that says I think the Bills win this game somehow. I think Josh Allen has a big fuck you game and is like, I don't need stuff on in this game. I don't know how they win, but I think they do win. Yeah, I don't know. I don't like the moves the Bills have made at all, if I'm being honest. But I think they win this game somehow.
Keon Coleman don't know how to spell it, or don't know how to sign his name neither. So
Don't matter if you can catch a football. Don't gotta know how to spell your name if you can catch a ball.
He's got a point. Guy got paid millions, and I can sit here and sign my name perfectly fine, and I am broke as shit. Next game. Yeah, we got to talk to the boss about starting getting fucking paid around here. Anyway, moving into week 12, they go on the road to Carolina. Anybody think Carolina's
Just an
gonna
L,
jump up
big
and
L,
get 'em?
big L for the Chiefs.
Big dog.
I would like to see the spread on this game when they determine that it's not worth starting Mahomes and they let Carson Wentz eat against the Panthers. This game's going to be what, a 13.5-point spread, 17.5-point spread?
23 and a half.
I think that's insane. If it's 23, I might actually jump on the Panthers and hope the Chiefs shit their diaper. But
I don't know. I like 13.5 though for a spread there.
Yeah, Chiefs win this game easily. Week 13 though, they get the Raiders at home. Do the Raiders win one?
No,
not this year.
So you've got Raiders, Chargers back to back. I think they. I want to say they drop one of these two. They're going to drop a division game, but that division game could be Week 18 against the Broncos.
I think it's week 4 at the Chargers. I really do. I think the Chargers get them early.
I don't know. I just don't know anything about the Chargers yet.
Yeah, I'm on the side that they don't go perfect in the division. I just don't know where the loss is, and I'm happy if we just mark it as
one division loss, a loss to the Ravens or the Bengals, and a loss to the Bills. So we're at 3.
Yeah.
We didn't go with the Niners?
Oh, and the Niners. Shit.
And the Niners.
Okay.
So
what's that, 4?
4.
And we've said they go Raiders to Chargers. We don't know there. We're assuming wins, but we all agree that they lose at least one divisional game.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Okay. So then
when we go through the other ones, we're not going to give any of them a win against the Chiefs, but
no chance.
We know there'll be one in there.
Yeah. Hey, I'm going to take on the side of the field versus one team, rather one team versus the Chiefs straight up, okay? I'll take the field. The rest of them, you need one, okay? Y'all got, 6 chances? Get one. All right.
Way to be,
next,
coach.
Week 15 at the Browns. They're going to get touched up by Deshaun, yes or no?
No.
I think so, dude. The Browns defense was great at home last year and only at home.
And
this is going to be in Cleveland in the middle of December, dude. Like, Mahomes balls are going to be about that fucking big around. It's going to be freezing.
I don't know.
I don't
like Deshaun.
Josh, I see your point. My only issue with the Browns is offensively in this game. Is Deshaun going to be the starter still, or is he going to be hurt? Is Amari
just
Cooper
not playing because he doesn't feel like it?
Yeah. Is he going to be allegationed again? Is Amari Cooper going to be there? What's Nick Chubb going to be? Because of those questions. Yeah, fuck Jerry Jeudy.
He's such a fucking bum, dude.
So I'm going to go ahead and give this one to the Chiefs. I think that's the smart one. Everybody in agreement there? Josh?
Yeah.
Fuck Cleveland, horrible city.
Who the fuck puts a left or right turn in the middle of an interstate?
You're going 80 miles an hour, go 35, idiot.
Yeah. Only Cleveland, Ohio.
Dude, it's so stupid.
Let's move.
Fuck you, Cleveland. I hate you.
Dude, it's the worst feat of civil engineering ever.
Let's move to week 16.
That got fucking personal.
Houston.
I think we're gonna be split here.
Houston comes in to Arrowhead.
I think we gave this one to Kansas City when we talked Houston.
Yeah, I like Kansas City.
I don't
see Houston winning this on the road.
I agree.
We have the Texans at 10-7. We had to give them the loss to the Chiefs.
I think we go Kansas City here as well.
Mm-hmm.
Strictly for the fact, holy shit, that it's at home and the Chiefs fans will be loud for this one. Watch for Chiefsaholic to break out of jail for this one. He might be there.
So we're giving the Chiefs a dub.
Chiefs getting a dub here.
And
all right.
Closing out the season at the Steelers and at the Broncos.
Win-win.
Unless Mahomes is benched and something crazy happens. But I think they should be wins.
I think Carl Wentz and the backups can still beat this Broncos team. Because here's what we're thinking about, right? Chiefs could be benching everybody for the playoffs. The Broncos could be tanking for the fucking draft pick.
You're not wrong.
We don't know who's going to be in this game.
But what about Russ? Let Russ cook, bro.
Russ is
Russ
not
is
in
in
Denver,
Pittsburgh.
you fucking idiot.
He's in Steeler.
Oh, I thought we were talking about
Oh.
the Broncos game. Thought we were talking about the
Yeah.
I mean,
Broncos
we were a
game.
little bit, but I was just saying, like, Russ could cook. He could beat him week 17 if they're
By
not.
that point, Justin Fields will be starting football games.
The Steelers defense could give them troubles if Watt is healthy.
Yeah, but TJ Watt will be hurt by that point.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
you're
almost
probably right.
Unfortunately.
death taxes TJ Watt being hurt.
So we're giving them the wins.
We'll give him wins.
We're giving them the
Just-
wins to
yeah.
round out the season. So right now we only have them as 4 losses, and that's assuming they lose a divisional game. And that is, boys, the over.
But
I like
that's
the
also
over.
that's also assuming they don't lose to the Bengals.
Yeah. They're gonna
They,
have a
they don't
weird.
lose to the Browns. They don't lose to Houston. I will say this. I was just looking in the since 2018, they have had 6 losses once, and it was last year. And they had a horrible start to the year last year.
Yeah, I think you're gonna see him have some weird 20-17 loss against somebody who has no business beating them. It ain't gonna be
So-
Carolina, but
No. So I'm liking the over. What are you boys thinking then?
I like
I
what
hate-
is it, 11.5?
Yeah. So
I like
Yeah.
the over. I like the over. What do we have?
I
in
like the
13
overs,
is?
and I hate to say it. They could be an 11-6 football team, and it wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah.
It just seems so hard to get to 12 wins. Is
Yeah,
the
I
thing.
mean, again, if we so we have 4 counting a division loss. You go up to 5 if you lose to the Bengals in week 2, 6 if you lose to the Browns or Houston, and then you throw in another random loss, and there's your under.
I think their best aspect, though, is they got Ravens, Bengals, Houston at home. Their only hard road games are Niners and Bills.
Right.
And
Browns. I think you guys are discounting the Browns a little
no,
bit.
I'm
fuck
with
Cleveland. Full blown
I'm-
fuck Cleveland, dude.
I'm with you on
Don't
the
even
side
bring
of
'em up.
Cleveland's defense. I just don't trust Cleveland's offense enough to even put up fucking 17 or 20 in this game. I think the Chiefs are able to win. That could be the 24-17 win for the Chiefs.
Who's
So
the backup in Cleveland now? I just
I don't
think-
even know.
Not
I don't
Joe, he
think-
left.
Yeah, I don't think
Yeah.
Watson's gonna. Tyler Huntley. They have Tyler Huntley.
Oh,
It's a good backup.
And they have Jameis. They have Jameis.
2 good
dude.
backups. That's
Shit.
called a position battle.
That's how
Yeah.
you know Deshaun Watson's only gonna play 6 games.
Right.
You go out
Yeah.
and get Jameis.
And he will definitely avoid Pat because they're from the same draft class.
Yeah.
Let's get to the Chargers.
well, we
Yeah.
gotta give our official over-unders here. 'Cause
Over.
over.
Over. I hate saying it, but over.
I feel the same way. 12 wins is hard, but I think the line is super sharp. They're either 12-5 or 11-6. I don't
100%.
see it being
Mhm.
worse than 11-6. So let's take the over, but I don't think anybody's in love with it. So
Drawing the AFC South or the NFC South is huge because the AFC South is so bad. Or NFC South, sorry, is
Yeah.
so bad.
all right, Chargers 8.5. Raiders week 1. We got.
I think Jim Harbaugh is gonna have a stumble coming into the league and lose this game. And by the end of the year, I think we're gonna be looking back at it and saying why did they lose this game?
See, I think Minshew Mania runs wild with Devontae Adams in this game. I'm gonna give this one to the Raiders personally.
Yeah, we're saying the same thing, just different
No, I
sides of
know.
the coin.
I think the D line's too good. They'll be able to plug up the run game for the Chargers. The Chargers passing game, I don't know who the fuck they're throwing it to besides Lad McConkey. So
Quinn Johnson. It was funny, right before we
sucks.
went live, Harbaugh put out a statement saying that he thinks Johnson caught a lot of unneeded hate last year.
Wow.
I would like to see him play better this year.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
he-
looked awful.
I think he
Guys,
can.
Rick Strands.
when you're a bag of shit, that's what you get. So, all right.
I
do we
like the Chargers there. I do. I like
still
the over. I like the Chargers in the over. You're at LA, which doesn't matter because the Chargers have no fans. I just think
No,
they
you're
find
in
a way.
Vegas. You're in Vegas for this one.
Yeah.
No,
Are
it's
you sure?
at Los
No,
Angeles.
no, it's at Raiders.
Oh,
Or
shit.
yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
it's at
still confused
LA.
as to where they got 8.5 wins as a line. That makes zero sense to me.
It's the Harbaugh effect. I think they're a spoiler alert. I think they're an under team.
All right,
Agreed.
let's
A lot of wins.
dive into it. So we got the Panthers week 2. I think Harbaugh can beat the Panthers.
I hope so.
Yeah.
Steelers.
Bryce Young
week
can't
3.
see over his fucking line. So
Steelers, L.
I think the Steelers is an L2. The Steelers are always a average team.
They're going to be
Tomlin-
better coaching.
Yeah,
Yep.
Tomlin doesn't have losing seasons. This is a game that he's going to add to that winning recipe. So, week 4 Chiefs, big fat L.
big fat L.
fat.
They don't get any help with the bye week either. Week 5 bye for the Chargers. They go into week 6 Broncos. I think the Chargers are able to beat the Broncos here.
Yes.
Yeah.
At the Cardinals, Clark, what do you think?
I'm giving the Cardinals a W here.
I like the Cardinals.
They're
the-
low-key a sleeper team this year. I think they could sneak into the playoffs.
I don't know about all that.
I think they could sneak into the playoffs.
We haven't
Hold on,
done the
hold on.
NFC West yet.
Yeah, I can't wait for the
Uh,
NFC West.
That's
They're-
next week.
I've got them third.
No.
October 21st, Clark, you guys get lucky. I give it to the Cardinals because the new Call of Duty won't be out yet. So give me the Cardinals there. The Saints in week 8, boys.
W.
That's
This could be a
Chargers
sneaky
win.
one for the Saints.
I don't
But
see
I'm
no,
it.
we
outvoted. I'm
all
outvoted.
kind of-
I'm outvoted.
We all kind of agreed the Saints would suck. So
I know,
You
but
guys
part of me
agreed the
thinks
Saints would suck.
the Saints defense could win this game for them.
I wasn't
but-
on last week, but I'm a Derek Carr stan.
Well,
believe in
that
Derek
makes
Carr.
you
he's
the
gonna get
least
benched for
educated in the
Spencer
room.
Rattler.
Go ahead and give me
Give me the Chargers.
yeah, I guess I'll take the Chargers and not love it. That's another one to write a fucking note on. Just stay away from that game in week 8. Week 9 at the Browns, I have that as a loss as well.
Yeah, Browns.
fine
Yeah,
with
against
that.
the Browns. Yeah,
I'm fine with that.
At Cleveland, November 3rd. Yeah. Probably
I'm
fine
rainy,
with that.
cold.
Next week 10 versus the fucking brain twister Titans. I don't know what this Titans team's going to be, but I don't think they're going to be good. So I guess I give
Dub.
Harbaugh a win here.
Yeah.
There's just
Yeah.
so many question marks with this Chargers team. If you told me the Titans won this game by 10, I wouldn't be surprised. I kind of like
Yeah.
the Titans here, not going to lie. The next 2 weeks look like rolling L's, though.
Yeah,
I think
Bengals,
3 in a row, yeah.
Bengals, Ravens, both losses for sure.
Well, here's
Um,
the secret, boys, right? This is Joe Burrow's 4th year. First year, he tears the ACL, misses 2/3 of the year or whatever. Second year, they go to the Super Bowl. Last year, he gets hurt and has to sit out part of the season.
You saying Super Bowl again for the Bengals?
Maybe. Who knows?
I think good playoff run, but I don't know about Super Bowl. I'd be willing to give the Falcons a win here.
I think we gave the Falcons a win here when we did the Falcons schedule.
I think we
This
might
is
have.
going to be an under game. I'll go under.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think a lot of Charger games could be under games.
Yeah,
Give me the Falcons here and Kirk O'Chain slinging the pill.
I like Falcons.
I like it.
I think the Falcons offense is just light years ahead of where the Chargers is right now.
Yeah.
And if we talk about this week 14 game and you guys agree with the highlight of at the Chiefs being a loss, that's already 9.
hmm
Yeah. So they finish it out with the Bucks. I think I don't know.
I like the
I like
Chargers.
Baker. I like Baker.
I can't pick Baker over Herbie.
I just can't name a single player outside of the Bosa brother on that defense.
Is
Is
Derwin
Khalil
still there?
Mack still there? Is Derwin James still? Yeah, I don't know.
I
But
thought they had a
also,
good
like,
linebacker too.
yeah, Khalil Mack. I thought.
No, I mean middle linebacker.
Oh, I have no clue.
They have Joey Bosa, Bud Dupree,
Dupree's a pretty
You know
Khalil
good.
what?
Mack, Asante Samuel,
They got Derwin James. They got
Chris
Khalil Mack.
Wilcox. That's about it.
But even with
Derwin
those names,
James,
like
yeah.
it'd be a lot more impressive and scary with Harbaugh 3 years ago than it is today.
Yeah,
I
I
say we
just don't.
give it to the Chargers. I don't know why, but I have a feeling.
I mean, if you look at their team again, this is kind of putting me in a fucking Titan situation. Like, Justin Herbert's good. We know Harbaugh's going to pound the rock, and Dobbins and Edwards are a good committee to have doing that. It's just their linebacker, or not their linebacker, sorry, I'm looking at their roster at a linebacker. It's their wide receiver core. DJ Chark, Brendan Rice, Lad McConkey, Josh Palmer. Like,
Quentin
none of these
Johnson.
guys. Yeah, none of
Josh
these guys.
Palmer was solid last year, wasn't he?
Who's their tight end? Because it's been
Hayden
Gerald Everett
Hurst.
for a long time.
It's Hayden Hurst.
Is it Hayden Hurst? Yeah, I
Really?
mean, it just doesn't impress me, dude. Like Harbaugh's put your head down, run the ball, like game scheme isn't gonna transfer to the NFL. It's just not.
Well, he made it to Super Bowl as an NFL coach previously.
Yeah,
I
with
wanna give
Colin
the Chargers a
Kaepernick
win.
throwing the ball all over the field, not running.
Different era. Yeah, different era. I don't think the ground and pound gets you anywhere in this day and age because the spread offense that's taken over just scores too much. So I'm fine giving this one to the Chargers, but like
I don't love it.
I think we all agreed they're going under 8.5. So does it really matter? We've already reached their under.
I have
And
them
totals.
over. I have them at 9 wins. I think Herbert's good enough to win 7 games, and I think they find a way in 2 more. I think they're going to suck on the road. I think they're going to be decent at home. I don't know. Maybe I might believe in Justin Herbert too much. But his
I
two
believe in
components of his
Herbert.
receiver core the last 2 years
See, I don't
were
believe in
Keenan
Herbert.
Allen and Mike Williams, who collectively, I guess Keenan Allen finished the season last year. But like the guy's been thrown to nobodies for the last 4 years. And they've been all right. They lose a ton of close games, and I think Harbaugh can fix that. I have them at 9 wins.
I'm giving him the win here.
Okay. Next they get the Broncos at home. I think that's a win.
Mhm.
I think the Patriots is a win. The Patriots could be in another tank situation.
I don't think they're gonna have a choice. I think they're just gonna be so bad that they have to.
And then I think week 18 at the Raiders, they lose.
Mhm.
But it also wouldn't surprise me if they beat the Raiders once.
I don't
and
think the
split
Raiders
them.
are going to be good.
I don't
Like,
necessarily.
what's the over under on the Raiders? They got to be like a 6 win
6.5.
6.5.
I think they split with the Raiders. So I'm on them as
Either way,
an under.
under.
I'm on them as an under. John's an over. Josh, you're an under.
Under.
All
I'm
right,
an over by half a game. I want that on the record.
Okay, so you think they win 9?
I think they win 9 games. Yeah.
Gotcha. Let's move to the Raiders. The Raiders are at 6.5. Week 1 at the Chargers, we said was a loss for
We
the
said
Chargers.
it was a win. Yeah, we
We
said
said,
it
it
was
was,
we said it
we said it was a win. for the
because
Raiders.
Harbaugh comes out slow. Was kind of the logic.
Week 2 at the Ravens.
Loss.
Week 3 at the Panthers, we think's a
Win.
W.
Duh.
I think that's gonna be a closer game than we all think it is.
No, I
But-
agree. I agree. Like I
think-
think week 2 against the Chargers could also be a lot closer than we think it could be.
Yeah.
We've won.
But I just don't trust the Panthers here. So let's move on to week 4. That is against the Browns. I think the Browns win.
Yeah, I agree.
I agree.
What's next? Who's up next?
week
At the
Broncos.
Broncos, week 5.
Did the Broncos take this one at home?
No.
Broncos got to win a game somewhere.
That's what I was thinking.
Are they starting Zach Wilson?
I thought
No,
it was Bo.
I think they're
They're
gonna be
starting
starting
Bo?
Bo.
I don't know. I don't. Sean Payton isn't the same coach he was. I think they take an L, or the Raiders take a W here.
I think Denver's going to be really bad.
I agree.
I like the
But I do
Raiders.
think they have to sneak a win somewhere, and I just don't know where to give it to them.
I think the Broncos get a win at home against the Raiders. I really do.
I'm fine with giving that one to them.
So week 6, they're home against the Steelers. The thing with Vegas, dude, is like they just don't play home games. They just don't. No one in Vegas gives a fuck about the Raiders, and it's a great vacation for any opposing team.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm fine with giving the Steelers the win there.
Yeah, I think the Steelers are just going to be too good. I mean, they could be dog shit. Who knows? I mean, Russ's arm could
Yeah.
not work, and Justin Fields could look like a fucking running back. Who knows? But
He could be returning kicks.
he could be.
We don't know.
Oh my gosh. Week 7 at the Rams.
I
I
could
want to
even be
give the
talked into this
Rams.
one.
I
Yeah,
want to give the Rams the win
I like
here.
the Rams. Yeah.
I just don't know. The Raiders aren't a very good team. The Rams aren't going to be that great this year either, but I trust Matt Stafford. So
see, I don't think Matt Stafford's arms connected to his fucking the rest of his body.
it
anymore.
might
I
not
really
be,
don't.
but he's got Puka out there, man. Puka's a dog.
And Kyron Williams, dude. They could just run the ball all season and be
Wait, is
fine.
Kyron? Wait, why did I think Kyron left? What LA back went
Cam
to the
Akers
minute?
left.
Cam
That's who
Akers
it was.
left.
Cam
Akers
Akers.
left. So what? That was the Rams. Then the Chiefs
Rams.
Loss.
Hell.
loss at the Bengals for
Loss.
sure. A loss. Then they get a bye. Then at the Dolphins. This would be a very Dolphins loss.
This would be a very Dolphin. I was thinking the exact same thing. 20 to 17 Raiders to a 190, 1 tud, 2 turnovers.
But I'm not going to give it to
I
the
don't want to
Raiders.
either. We're just writing this on the wall.
Tyler, you need to
Tyler
put this-
left. He's got to write this down.
Tyler needs to put this on his little note card.
Yeah, I think we give Dolphins a win there. I'm fine with that. Moving on to the next week, week 12 versus the Broncos at home. We already gave the Broncos a win, didn't we? Yeah. We gave them the win in week 5, so I think we give this one to the Raiders.
I think so too.
I'm fine with
it.
it.
A loss against the Chiefs. I'm giving them a loss against Tampa.
Agreed.
You
I'm
think
giving them a loss to Atlanta.
I would.
Yes.
I'm not. I wouldn't
Yes.
argue with you there. It's
Yes.
just like
This is okay. Wait a minute. It's prime time. Kirk in prime time. Does that sway things?
makes
No.
it feel more. Dude, I think Gardner might let his shit hang out. Honestly,
Yeah, this might be a Gardner Minshew scrotum game. Let it fly, dude.
Can we name the podcast that? I'm fine with giving that's tough.
they just have to find They have to find wins somewhere, dude.
I think the Falcons would be an easy win. Not an easy win, but one of the games that they win.
If it was in Atlanta, I would probably be on the other end. But I want to give this one to Vegas.
Okay, let's do it.
Okay,
Week 16.
Yeah, versus the Jags. I put this as a loss, but I could get talked into the other side of it.
I'm gonna put this as a loss too. I think Jacksonville is gonna be right around 500. And when we broke down the South, we probably gave this to Jacksonville.
I would assume
I would almost guarantee you we did.
Yeah, for sure. At the Saints, week 17.
Derek Carr revenge game.
Derek Carr,
That's
very
true.
true.
And like Tyler said all podcast, he likes the Saints defense.
Yeah.
I like the Saints defense as
I like
well.
the Saints. I
mean,
the
they
Saints.
have offensive weapons. I mean, is Kamara still going to be playing football by week 17? Probably
not.
But then week 18 against the Chargers, give them a win to close out the season. That's still only 5. It feels like we talked ourselves into a lot of losses there, but they also just they must have finished second last year in the division because this
Had to have.
Because this schedule's pretty rough.
LA, well, Herbert got hurt down the stretch.
I'm just saying that because they catch the Rams, the Jags,
Yeah, the Rams are a playoff team.
and
So
who's
does
the other?
Tampa.
Who's the other random team that they
Tampa?
play?
No, they play the NFC
No,
South.
they play South. No,
Is
the
it the
Dolphins. I'm so
Dolphins?
fucking
Dolphins.
stupid. Yeah, it's the Dolphins. And the Dolphins got second in the East last year, so they must have gotten
Mhm.
second.
Yeah.
So are we going under here?
I
think
like
so.
them. What are they, 6.5?
6.5.
6.5.
Yeah, I like them at 6.
I mean, it's
wins.
so hard. It's so hard to win less than 6 games. I mean, even the Bears won 7 last year, but
Number
Fair.
one defense down the stretch. That's what we're
facts.
saying.
That's statistics.
I don't think the Raiders do that though. I don't think the Raiders.
No, I
have
don't think
that-
so either.
No, the Raiders
are
have
dumpster fire.
a great like line or defensive line duo, and that's it.
Yeah.
I couldn't name a member of their secondary. I couldn't name a member of the linebacking core. Tyler, any
No.
thoughts? Raiders over under 6.5?
I would assume under. I just don't trust Aiden O'Connell or Minshew enough, and I think Devontae Adams wants to get the fuck out of town after this year
I bet you he forces his way out at the deadline.
because they
I
don't
would
even
not
have
be
shit.
surprised.
They don't have Josh Jacobs anymore either.
Uh-oh.
Who's their running back?
Is it
Zamir White, we went over this
Zamir
Yeah,
White?
we went over this last week.
Okay, yeah. So,
But they got Brock
I'm good.
Bowers. Look the
They've
fuck
got
out.
they've got
They
Alexander.
got two
Mattison,
tight
too.
ends.
Yeah, Brock
I'm good.
Bowers and Michael Mayers, 2 first-round tight ends.
Yeah, they need to run the fucking 12 personnel mesh cross and halfback dive their way down the fucking field. It's like me playing NCAA with Iowa. Let's get to the Broncos, the dumpster fire of the league.
Hot take, I think they're going to go over just off their early look. I think
What's
they're
their
over
win total?
5.5.
Mm,
I like
All right.
Bo. I like Big Show
They-
Bo.
Well,
I'm
is-
not a Bo
Is he
guy.
the starter? Named?
Not named.
I don't think it's been
but
named,
I think
but-
he's going to win it out. I mean,
Okay. Week 1
A
at
lot
the
of hot moms in Denver. So,
I think they lose to the Seahawks.
Oh yeah. I'm giving them
Dubs.
a loss week 1.
Dubs.
I
I'm
don't
already,
think
I know nothing about the Broncos. I'm bought in already. W. Mainly because they
Okay.
got Jerry Jeudy out of town, and I fucking hate Jerry Jeudy.
so. We're giving the Seahawks a win.
Yeah.
Steelers.
Also win. Steelers win this game.
Yeah.
yep.
Bucks in Tampa
Give me the Bucks.
The Broncos lose.
You guys are
at the
haters.
Jets. I think they lose to the
L.
Jets.
That's
Zach
fucking
Wilson
haters.
revenge game. Give me
He-
the Jets.
Now Jets defense too good.
That's why I said give me
Way
the
too
Jets.
Yeah.
Oh shit!
You guys think they can catch a
It'll
couple
be the
fucking
first
wins here?
time. It'll be the first time Zach Wilson ever throws touchdowns to Jets players, and it'll be the Jets defense.
We gave the Raiders
We
the
gave
win.
the Raiders
here,
a
didn't we?
win.
Let's
Yeah.
do it again.
Okay. Chargers. We gave the Chargers a win here. Saints.
I like the Saints.
Saints will win this one. It's
Panthers.
W.
That's Denver's first win of the season.
Ravens, Chiefs, Falcons, all L's.
Yep.
Win against
Yes.
the Falcons.
We did give
You
them.
think
Yeah.
so?
Did we? No, we didn't.
Did we do that?
Shit.
They gotta win some games, guys.
No, they don't.
Do they?
They really don't have to win games.
Josh, who do they have
This
at
is a
wide receiver?
3-win team.
Portland Sun.
Cortland
Who do they have
Sutton.
at tight end?
that
I
kid
can't
from-
say his last name. I really.
No, they got Dulcich, man.
Who do
They
they
got
have at
Dulcich.
running back?
Javonte Williams and
Pirine.
Mc something or else.
Name
McLaughlin.
one player on each level of the defense.
Bradley Chubb. No, fuck, he's in
No,
Miami
nope.
now. Pat Surtain the second.
There you go.
Okay.
That's Josie Jewell. Fuck,
Fuck
Iowa
you.
guy. Iowa
Fuck
guy.
Drew Sanders.
something fucking Gregory.
Randy Gregory?
Randy or Rodney or fucking.
The Niners
Yeah,
old guy?
you're pulling for strings, so they
No,
don't
I just
have
don't know
to
the.
win.
I just don't know the guy's first name. He's actually good.
Okay, let's be real here. Does anybody think they're going over?
No.
No,
Josh, do you really think they're going over?
Yes, I really do. The Seahawks
Okay.
have a whole new fucking coaching system. Whole new coaching system. The Raiders we just talked about are bad. I think they can get the Saints. I do. I think they get the Panthers pretty fucking handedly. They lose to the Browns. Okay. I think they can. If Anthony Richardson is hurt by week 15, I think they can get the Colts.
You think they lose the Raiders both or they beat the Raiders both times?
Give them a loss against the Raiders then. Whatever. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's
I think
6.
they beat the Raiders once.
I think they could get the Raiders twice. I think the Raiders are very bad.
I think
Would you rather have
Panthers.
Big Show Bo or Gardner?
Gardner was an all-star last year.
Pro Bowler?
He was a Pro Bowl.
Means nothing.
Yeah,
It
you're
does
right.
mean
Kyler
nothing.
Murray
He
was
still
a Pro Bowler.
In Denver, week 11, Mile High, I think they could get the Falcons. I do.
The Colts. I don't think the Colts win that game.
I think they're an over
Or
team.
I don't think the Broncos win the game against the Colts, is what I meant to say.
Mile High, week 15, Colts play inside. Denver doesn't.
I don't see
Anthony
the
Richardson,
wins
though.
here.
If he's healthy.
I think
Anthony Richardson has never stayed healthy, not in college and not in the pros. Anthony Richardson doesn't play full football seasons.
I'm just saying I'm going under here.
I'm taking
Because
the over.
I don't see the Seahawks win. I don't see.
They didn't get better, in my opinion.
No.
Where did they get better? Their quarterback didn't get better.
They play a shit schedule. Like, yes, they have hard games, but like there's a lot of soft games in here. You guys are just chucking up as losses. I'll ride solo on it. I don't care.
I've taken the under for myself, and I'm fine with that. That's the hill I'll die on.
I'm taking the under. I'm curious what the soft losses are. It's the Saints, the Colts.
Yeah, you guys are chucking up the Saints, chucking up the Colts, chucking up the Falcons. Like, you guys don't even
Isn't
want to have
there total
conversations.
isn't there a total 5.5?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's 5.
So
You
so
guys, but you
say-
guys don't
say
even want
they
to have
beat-
conversations here.
No,
You guys
I'm
don't even
having
have
a conversation.
conversations.
I'm having a conversation. Say they beat the Saints. Okay. Say they beat the Colts. Say they beat the Falcons. That's 3 wins. You're saying they beat the Raiders once. That's 4 wins.
I think
They
they
beat
can
the
split with
Panthers.
the Chargers.
They're not splitting with the Chargers. Beat the Panthers once. That's 5. You're gonna get the Raiders to 6, or sorry, the Broncos to 6 wins. I don't see 6 wins.
Seahawks, I think
make-
they could easily take both off the Raiders. I already said I think they can take one off the Chargers. Like, you guys are acting like the Colts, the Falcons, and the Saints are fucking juggernauts, and they're not.
No,
Saints
I don't
have
think
really
any of
good
those
defense.
They're
are
teams that pick
juggernauts.
between 9 and 14. Like,
The
those
Falcons are a 9.5 win team this year. I'm
off the
taking
back
them.
of strictly Kirk Cousins.
Kirk Cousins, 2 of the best rushers in the game, one of the best backfields in the game,
Probably
probably
the best. I would say the best.
and they have good receivers that have been underutilized for years.
Kyle Pitts is a bum.
And you can say that, but their defense isn't horrible. It's not good, but it's not horrible.
I'm ready to talk myself into Kyle Pitts again.
Also,
You're ready to be hurt again.
I'm
You're
ready to get
fantasy.
hurt again. I'm ready to get
Don't
hurt
hurt
again.
yourself that way. But Josh, to the Seahawks thing, you can name one guy in the secondary, Surtain. He's not being able to shut down.
Kyle Fuller's there as well. You only asked for one. You didn't ask for 2 for the record.
They're not shutting down
So you know.
those 3 wide receivers and K9.
Dude, Surtain last season put up Revis Islands type shit. He was
Okay, but
he was
you're
1v2ing an entire third of the fucking field.
But
dude.
their offense is going to
taking-
average 14 points a game.
I'm taking the
17
over.
points a game.
You're not getting me off of it. Take
Okay.
your under. Take your under.
I'm taking the under.
We'll call it, forget Revis Island, forget Surtain Island. This is Josh Island taking
This is Josh
the Broncos
Island, baby.
over 5.5
Here's
wins.
my point to the Seahawks. You're taking a rookie in his first game at
Big
the
show
NFL
bow,
level
baby.
Or
versus
Zach
Geno
Wilson.
Smith.
Or that's the alternative.
12th
You're
man.
taking a rookie.
Geno Smith looked
Or
bad
Zach
last
Wilson.
year.
It doesn't matter. They have
Tyler
targets
Lockett
and a
showed his
dog.
age. They don't have a tight end. Noah Fant's a bum.
Maybe they'll start Drew Lock. Drew Lock revenge game.
Drew Lock's gone, I think.
Did they get rid of him?
I think Drew Lock's gone.
He had that one comeback win against
Josh.
fucking
Josh, here we go. I'll give you $100 right now on the Broncos Seahawks game week 1.
Now, there's still preseason.
Coward.
Bo can come out and tear his ACL.
Shut the
So?
fuck up.
The difference is if I say yes and the Broncos lose, you're gonna expect me to pay. Whereas the Seahawks lose, you're like, oh, we were joking.
No.
I'm college
So?
kid. I don't have any money.
We have
I'm telling
3
mom.
witnesses. We have 3 witnesses. $100 bet.
I'm good on it.
If you're not taking it, take the L on this and take the under.
Nope, taking the over.
We got
Okay, you're a
Seahawks
pussy.
minus
And it's
4.5.
For the best segment on this show, Lock of the Week.
Did we
John-
make a decision on the Broncos? Did we make a decision?
You all
I'm
went
under
under.
4 or 5
Under.
wins.
You all went under. I went over.
Okay, I just wanted.
Everybody's
that on the
under but
record here.
Josh, and he's too fucking bullheaded. We're gonna find him driving a goddamn bulldozer down the streets of Granby, Colorado. All right.
Going straight for Mile High, baby.
So here we go. Lock of the week. John, you're coming off of a loss. Get right. Here you go. What's your lock?
All right, we lost ourselves in women's MMA.
What a dipshit.
The only way to get back is to bet women's MMA. Give me Molly McCann by submission, TKO, or KO at plus 140 for my lock of the week.
Top X finishers are back up on Blue Book.
Gotcha. All right, Josh, do you have a pick, or are you still looking through that blue book to find one?
That's what I was checking. Fuck, dude. There's so many bad golfers golfing this weekend.
I'm gonna
All
take
right.
before you guys can. Akshay Bhatia, top 20, even money.
I love it. I do like it. Josh, not ready yet. I'll go. I told you I was going to pick a weird one. There's football going on in Canada right now. And I'm going to take the under for the Saskatchewan Rough Riders and the Montreal whatever the heck. Under 48.5 is minus 110. And the reason I'm taking it is because we have a starting quarterback out of the game, a starting running back out of the game, and a starting wide receiver out of the game. And that's just, I'm basing it off of the knowledge that there's a bunch of injuries.
So
All
you're
right.
taking the Rough Riders money line?
No, I said under 48.5
Ah,
in that game, minus 110. Lock it in.
I mentioned
all right,
Clanton
Josh.
earlier. I'm going to ride with Clanton. Plus 125, top 20, including ties. Who knows? It probably won't hit, but I said that last week, and it hit pretty fucking comfortably. So,
I like
All
it.
right.
I like it.
Well, you guys have sat here and argued to us like a bunch of dumb bullshit idiots for the last too long. So we've given you the picks. It's time for you to show me the money.
Broncos over.
Show me the money!